Hello and welcome to the first of our videos on how to write your personal statement with a little less pain. My name is Melissa Mehta and my colleague Liz Reece is here with me on the call. Liz has 30 years experience working in careers education. She's helped a lot of people write their personal statements, and she's always the person I go to for supporting students on this. The personal statement can feel like a real hurdle, especially at the beginning of the summer holidays when the school's just left you to it. So what we wanted to do is break the process down into 5 easy steps. And this is the first one, how to get started. So Liz, I believe that getting started is not about starting at the beginning. Is that right?
That is right, Melissa. Hello there. I have helped thousands of people with their statements, and I think the worst bit is always to just sit down with a piece of paper or a blank screen and write something. And yet once you have written something, it does begin to flow. So do rest assured. But as Melissa says, you don't start with what you'll end up with as being your beginning. That will fall out later.
It's really a non-linear process, isn't it? It's just more of a writing down lots and lots of bits and pieces and then gradually refining and boiling it down.
Yeah, because what we're trying to do is, if you think of the purpose of this personal statement, what you're trying to do is to convince the person reading it, who would be an admissions tutor, that they would like you on their course, that they think you have something to bring to the course, whether that be a particular interest or ability, depends what you're applying for, and that you'll be someone who's reliable and involved in the university as well. So you're actually trying to convey quite a lot of things. You're not going to brag though, so it is, as you know, this subtle difference between telling them what you are, what you can do, what you love, without actually saying, I'm fantastic. So you wouldn't do that. So what we're trying to do over these sessions is actually build up the process that helps you come across as being the sort of person that an admissions tutor wants there. Yeah, I think that's the key thing to get across, isn't it, Melissa? It's about what it is we're trying to achieve, but we're not starting with the finished product. That will take time.
It can feel really intimidating to think about what we need to end up with and go back to school waving this beautiful draft of your personal statement. So let's encourage people to put that idea to one side, have it at the back of their mind, and just think about what is that first step. And they've got a blank sheet of paper. What do they need to do first?
Well, when I'm working with students, the first thing I like them to do is actually just to write a list. There's no pressure if you write a list, is there? You're not trying to form it into good sentences. So try and put down as just a list of anything that comes to mind. Subjects that you're studying, particular topics in those subjects that you've enjoyed. Maybe an essay or a practical or an experiment, depending obviously on what subject you're studying at the moment, that has really meant something to you. Make sure you cover all your subjects. Don't just focus on the one that seems most relevant to whatever you're applying for at university. So subjects first. Then, what else are you doing? What other things in your list come to mind as being things that could be interesting to somebody else and hopefully are interesting to you? So have you been reading? Have you been reading not only the books that are perhaps part of your syllabus, but also things that are much wider than that? Maybe magazines that keep you up to date, maybe websites, maybe listening to podcasts, maybe watching TED Talks. Information, what's extending the information in your brain? And then what about any events you've been to? Have you organised any trips yourself? Have you been on seminars? Have you been on insight days? Has your school organised this for you, whether it be in school or out of school? So you now should have a list, once you've done this, of subject-based information, extra academic information, and events that relate to your subjects. But don't forget, it's not just about your studies, it's about you as a person. So what do you do outside class? Do you play an instrument? Are you in a sports team? Do you volunteer? Do you have a part-time job? And have you done work experience? So those should also be part of your list.
So it's going to be a very extensive list. And I remember doing this myself, and I remember writing things down and thinking, how on earth is this going to be relevant? But I would encourage people to not worry about it at this point. You're going to end up with way more words than you need in the end. You're going to have a big pile of information, and a step in a future video is going to be how you sift through it. But for now, it's a brain dump. If you're stuck, if you can't think of anything to write, start with your subjects, as Liz suggests, but then also think about what you're proud of. Is there a particular essay that you did really well on, you got some good feedback for? Is there a book that you really, really love? I'm always encouraging people to put attention on things they really enjoy, because if you start digging into that, you will uncover some really interesting information about yourself and your motivation for wanting to study a particular subject. So just chuck it all down on a bit of paper and trust that it will fall out later on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as Melissa said, keep the list full. We'll be cutting things back, but building on others as well. So it is actually going to be very much a developmental process. Won't end up including everything, but at this stage, you just need everything in your list. I think that's it for now.
There will be some people listening to this video, and they might have listened a couple of times, and they'll still be saying, "Oh, I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck." And we've both worked with people for whom that is true. The next kind of added practical hint is to two of them really. One is take your notebook, get out of wherever you are. If you're sat at your desk staring at your wall, go for a walk, sit in the garden, go and do your sport or hobby or activity, or listen to music of your choice, and just change up your mental state, and then you're more likely to think of new things. If that doesn't work, take your notebook and go and sit with someone who knows you very well, and they will start pointing things out to you and say, "Oh, do you remember that time when you did X, Y, or Z?" And that might start to get things flowing. You will get more examples as you go, and also as you go through the process of the 5 steps that we're going to take you through, you will still keep thinking of things. So don't worry if it looks very sparse to start with. So we are next time going to talk about what you do with this great long list of interesting facts about yourself, or even not very interesting facts about yourself. No pressure at all. We're going to talk about that. So that's in the next video. Is there anything else we wanted to say?
No, I think for a starter, that will get you going.
Excellent. So no pressure, get your favourite pen out, have some fun, and we'll see you very soon for the next video. Bye.